Great special guest for today, Jeff Bartos. And also we have with us the chairman of the Border Commerce and Security Council, Nelson Balido. Let's start, if we could, with you, Jeff. This is amazing. I mean, everybody has it's like a whodunit, first of all. But it's also a scary situation because this is in Midtown Manhattan, very popular. It's at the Midtown Hilton. He did it in broad daylight. And right now, lots of unanswered questions, and a lot of now the fact that he may have even left New York City, because they have video of him going into a bus station and they don't have video of him coming out. So they believe he may have hopped on a bus. This really makes it very difficult for law enforcement. And also, Jeff, it has the country on edge.
Yeah, the FBI and the NYPD will get to the bottom of this, and he'll be caught. And so it is terrifying. We have a daughter that lives here in Midtown, and we're visiting her this weekend, and it is scary. We have all been to that Hilton. It's very scary. I think it's worth noting also, as we look at this, that we have some of our fellow citizens who are actually celebrating this execution. They've been raised K through 12 in an education to talk about this and to praise this as a shot against capitalism. And I think it's important, as we search for this murderer and bring him to justice, that we also call out our fellow citizens who are brazenly celebrating this terrible act.
Yeah, you're right. Because online, some people are referring to him as like a Robin Hood. I mean, there is nothing to glorify, and let's hope that they get this guy. Nelson, as all of this is going on, there are many issues with migrant crime, and we're seeing this sort of battle with many Democratic leaders saying that they will not deport even convicted migrant criminals, those who've committed serious crimes. This comes as we're watching now lots of caravans, because there's this mad rush to cross the border before President Trump takes office. Your thoughts about all of this and how difficult of a job the Trump administration has ahead, Nelson?
Thank you, Rita, for having me. I think when you see these pictures, this is certainly a version of that we haven't seen over the last few months or over the last year and a half. You got to remember, we were having almost a caravan a day crossing, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 a day. I will say that the other thing that no one talks about is the CBP One app. There is still 1,500 people crossing on the CBP One app over our ports of entry a day at 45,000 per day. These are folks that have waited. They apply online through the CBP One app. They're waiting in Mexico, and they are crossing over our ports of entries. So the immigration has not stopped. It has slowed down a little bit, perhaps, but has not stopped. These particular migrant caravans you're seeing, you got to remember who's fueling this. It's the cartels that are telling these people lies and tell them, hey, now's the time to cross before it's too late. These people are paying thousands of dollars. No one crosses this border for free, and they're getting into the United States or getting close to the United States now, and then they are now indentured servants, and they go in, they have to pay this back to the cartels one way or another. Guess how that happens? We could all make guesses, and then it's not a good thing. So you're looking at these other mayors. You got Denver, you got Los Angeles, you got Boston, that they're not going to help. Maybe they need to take some rules and some common sense from the New York mayor that basically said, hey, Tom Homan, come see me. We want to work something out. We want to deport the worst of the worst. Because it gets to a point where these cities they get to the point where they can no longer sustain it. And these other cities that are there as well, what they don't understand is the will of the people overwhelmingly voted for this issue. This is an issue that was campaigned on, not only in their cities, outside their cities, and they lost. And they still want to continue. There's going to be a reckoning coming to some of these cities, I think, in the near future, if they don't solve these issues. They're going to have to cooperate, or they're going to get federal funding cut. It's as simple as that.
No, absolutely. Nelson, some great points. And it's going to be interesting. You brought up the Eric Adams. It's going to be interesting to see when he meets with Tom Homan. I believe it's sometime next Thursday. That Homan, I think, is coming to New York City. So that meeting will be one for the record books. Both of you, thank you very much. Nelson, thank you for your great service. Keep us posted, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you. And Jeff, stick with us. We love having you here today on such an important day on so many topics.